Hey everybody, what's up? How you guys doing? These are the new Stila Eyes are the window palettes. They have 4 of them. I posted a picture on Instagram, of course, when I first came across them at Ulta because I heard about them but I hadn't seen them, and when I saw them in person I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get one of these. They are $50 each, so they're a little pricey. So I was first drawn to Soul because I really loved all of the neutral colors in this palette, and you get a combination of matte as well as shimmers. There's like 5 matte shadows in here, completely matte. I feel like some are better than others though. I don't feel like this is like the perfect palette. I was, as I started to use it more, I noticed like, okay, I really only like these shades and I don't really use, like, for example, I really use mostly these 2 rows because they're like the more wearable lighter shades, whereas these, I don't really use them because they're so dark and I don't really wear smoky eyes that much. I tried to kind of deepen it up today so to show you what you can do with this palette, but I personally really like light neutral color, so I really only get use out of these 2 rows, so I wouldn't say that this is as useful as I thought it was going to be. So while I do think this is a nice palette, I didn't really ended up getting as much use out of it as I thought I was going to, because I ended up liking the matte shadows in this palette more than the shimmery ones. So my love for the matte shadows made me purchase the Mind palette. This one is an all matte palette, and I ended up, this is the one that I use, like I've been using every day. I really enjoy this one, and I feel like it's definitely worth the money because you can totally do a daytime look, a nighttime, you get creative with the colors. I just love this. I think everything about this palette is perfect. I really can't complain about it. So as far as preference goes, I really like the Mind one just because I feel like I can do so much more with it, and because I can get so many more looks. I feel like the Soul palette, I don't know what it is, but some of them are kind of dry. Like some of the shimmery shades in here, the mattes are great, but some of the shimmers are just like, they don't want to layer very nicely. It doesn't matter what kind of primer I use, they just don't really want to like pack on my lid as nicely. Some of the shimmery shades in here, as the day goes on, they'll just kind of fade off and like they don't even look shimmery anymore. It just leaves behind like a weak wash of color. It's really strange. I don't know if the other palettes, if the other shimmery shades and other palettes from Stila do that, but I was just not impressed. And I am wearing a few shades from each palette today, but I wanted to quickly mention I am wearing this one. It's called Vitality. Yeah, this little shimmery gold shade. Here's what it looks like when it's swatched. It looks amazing. See how shimmery? It almost looks metallic, right? When I packed this on this morning, it looked just like this on my finger, and I packed it on in the tear duct, the inner corner, everywhere like towards the inner corner, right? And you can't even tell that I had a light color on my inner corner like this. It just completely vanished. I don't know why it does that. I don't have oily eyelids, I have dry skin, and I don't usually have that issue with eyeshadows, and it's just so, I don't know why it does that, but I just wasn't impressed with the shimmer shades. The mattes are amazing. They're buttery, they're pigmented, they last all day long. I'm wearing mostly mattes on my eyes because I know that I like those over the shimmery ones. This middle shade right here, it's like a coppery brown. This one's called Affection. I also put this on my lid today. It looks like a copper, just straight up copper, but it feels very dry. Like the texture of this one is like, it's awful. I really don't like it. And even if you use a brush, you have to like really try to get it off on your brush. And it's weird because it's just like really hit or miss. Like this, you know, these shimmery ones, the lighter ones are very buttery, but you still have to pack them on. They're just not pigmented. But then the ones in the middle, like the shimmery, the darker shimmer shades are just like, they're so dry that you have to like scrape it off on your brush. And I'm not even exaggerating, like that's how these shadows feel. I'll swatch a couple of the shimmery shades. Here's this kind of like deep brown. It has like, I want to say golden shimmer in it. It feels very dry, but it looks decent when you first apply it, but when you blend it out, like the shimmer goes away and it just looks weird. And then I'll swatch Affection. This one was, I thought it was going to be my favorite shade in the palette, but it's really not that good. And there's Affection. It doesn't even look shimmery, you know what I mean? Like it's so dry that it just kind of doesn't matter how much you put on, it's just not that good. And I will swatch this one, which I had on my inner corner that completely disappeared. That one actually swatches nicely, but it just disappears in the middle of the day. So I don't know what it is about this palette, but it's very hit or miss, and I'm not even going to swatch all the shades because it's just like not worth it. I'm not going to recommend this to you guys at all. However, I'm really, really happy with the Mind palette. This one is it made up for the bad one because it's such nice quality all across the board, and these are all matte shadows. I'm so happy they decided to do an all matte palette because that's actually pretty hard to come across, and these are truly matte finish. There's no shimmer, there's no satin finish, like these are actually matte shadows. So I was also really happy with that, because you know how sometimes like, you know, like the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty, like those are not matte to me. Like they say they are, but they're kind of like satiny. They're not like, these are not like that. These are straight up matte shadows. So I'm gonna do a couple swatches of the Mind palette. I'm gonna start off with this kind of burgundy color. I really like this. I haven't used this one that much, but I really enjoy it just because it's so deep and rich. And here is that one right there. And I'll show you this really dark brown. Comes off very strong. Looks almost black. And you can see from these two swatches, they're already better than the other ones in the other palette. So, I mean, just, I don't know what it is about this one, but it's so good compared to the other shadows. It's crazy. Like, I mean, the difference really is that big. So then I'll swatch this one because I really love this color. And I know that these shadows all have individual names, but I really don't. I never use them. So I'm just kind of showing you the colors I really like. So there's that light one. I used this in my crease today, so you can't really see it, but I am wearing it, and I do love this. I wear this one all the time. And I will swatch this kind of orangey brown, this matte orangey brown. Really great. That's just like barely a tap from the swatch I did on my finger. I also really like this kind of purpley brown. This one is such a cool color. I don't really have any brown purples. And there is that one. I'm one of those people who's always like, man, I wish we got more matte shadows in this. And that's like I always say that. Even when a naked palette comes out, I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't we have more matte shadows in this? I need more matte shadows, you know, like I need a brow bone shade, I need a eyeliner shade, and with this I feel like I have everything and it's all matte, so it just works for me. I really like this, and I have dry skin, but these aren't dry. Like the texture of these matte shadows isn't dry like some of the ones in the Soul palette are. Like this palette I don't like, but this one, everything is very creamy, very pigmented and smooth, so I highly recommend the Mind palette. I haven't tried the other two palettes in this Eyes Are the Window line, so I can't speak for those, but I'm sure if you look it up on YouTube you can find some other reviews. But I really love the Mind palette. I recommend this to anybody and everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you have tons of palettes. I really like this. It's all matte, so it's really different for me, and as a matte eyeshadow lover, I'm really happy with this. So that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see me review any other eyeshadow palettes, whether they're permanent or limited edition, just leave me a comment down below and feel free to let me know about it. And I do have the Naked 2 Basic, so I will be reviewing that soon, but if you have any other requests, just let me know and I will look into it. I appreciate you guys watching, and thank you all again for like the sweet comments about my hair, because you know, it's a big change for me, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I should do it, but I really love it, and I just feel like I'm floating, like I said earlier. It's so much lighter. But anyway, this Mind palette, awesome. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoy this review, and as always, thank you so much for watching.